From the banks of the Ohio River, there's a look at what's now known as Paycor Stadium here in Cincinnati. Tonight, it's the second of our Monday night doubleheader, as it'll be the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports?
You ain't going nowhere.
Out of his end zone comes Andy Isabella. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. You talk about this Bengals defense. They're a top 5 unit right now against the pass in the league. In fact, they sit at number 5.
And, hey, they were stingy in the opener. Didn't allow much of anything at all through the air. So now they come into Week 2 saying, hey, let's see if we can do even better. Let's go ahead and get to that number 1 spot.
So a little tardy getting everyone set, and the clock hits 0 before they could snap it.
Yeah, you can take your time and use the clock and try and get set up, but once it gets near 5 seconds, that's when you often hear a quarterback yelling, hurry, hurry, to make sure everybody's ready to get the snap off.
And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, 2nd and 15. To throw is Duggan. Oh, and that is incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Here's Duggan to throw. And it is caught. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. In motion right goes Adams. He'll get an opportunity with it on the touch pass. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Duggan now to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
And that might have been a situation where even though you don't hit on the deep throw, you at least put in the defenders' minds early in the game that we're going to press the ball deep against your secondary. And that can have a ripple effect on how they function throughout.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Duggan looking to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 38-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 38. Duggan will look to throw this. He'll let this go for Adams. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. 2nd down coming up. You talk about this Bengals defense. They were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
And what I saw on film was nearly an unstoppable pass rush. They had 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries. So now do you just max protect on offense, keep everyone in, and run, 1 or 2 receiver routes to make sure your quarterback stays up? We'll soon find out.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Now, this defense for the Bengals, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in, and run the ball? Or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 12-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Well, that's not just his first, not his second, already his 3rd completion here on the opening drive. And I think it's safe to say that getting him the ball in this game, one of their top priorities.
And a top priority for the defense has got to be finding ways to cover him. And I don't think you can have one basic coverage to get it done. You have to throw a number of coverages at him, make him think as he's running downfield, and hope you can create a little bit of havoc.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Now 2nd and 9 from the 10. That's caught out wide by Cooks. Touchdown Raiders. Brandon Cooks, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. The return is Jones from the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
On 2.
Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
So not successful there on the challenge, and he'll have to be careful from here on out because he'll only have 1 challenge remaining.
11, mighty.
A first carry for the former Oklahoma Sooner, Joe Mixon. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down.
11 MT tight.
On 3rd down, Burrow. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. But this seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that 1st down on 3rd down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot, and they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown?
He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
12, 12, 12.
Mixon with a first down carry. Down to the 25. Divine Diablo there to make the stop. The Bengals at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1, and they were able to get that road victory in the opener. Now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
Burrow going to get this into the hands of Mixon as running back. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. A gain of 8 there on the play. And now 1 yard to go on third down. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase from 17 yards out. And the Bengals respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in Week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Throwing, Duggan under a heavy rush, and down he goes. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack. These two teams all tied after one. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Duggan gets it downfield to Mayer, and they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Dugan. Rush coming, and he's taken down. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. How about 5 sacks last week? We just saw their first one of this game.
Aiming for Jacobs, he's got him, reeling it in on the out route. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
From the gun on 3rd down, Dugan. And he will slide to a a stop. He does have the first down. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. Third down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out, but his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Duggan. Mayer there to bring it in. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Raiders have taken the lead. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. But no run back here. Fair catch, and this will come out to the 25.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Here we go.
They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
Here's Burrow. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Burrow looking to pass. And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd. Third and 4.
11.
Now it's Burrow. And that is incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. It'll be called just a 22-yard punt, certainly not what he wanted. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here. The football comes out. Jacobs lost it, and the Bengals grab it. There he goes, left side. And this is taken into the end zone. Fumble recovery and a Cincinnati touchdown. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. To throw on second down. Dugan, he finds his man, complete. It's Jacobs. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that brings up third and a full 10 yards.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
The Raiders on third down. No problems to this point. A perfect 5 for 5. This is 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Dugan. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. We'll call that a 41-yard punt. The net a little greater, though, following a loss on the return. And the Bengals will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
2nd and 7. And the pitch goes to Mixon. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. 12 yards that time in the Cincinnati first down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game. Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet.
Here we go.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Joe Mixon. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Joe Mixon, 75 yards. And the Bengals are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
You get in a 2nd and long situation down here in the red zone. I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass, let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground, and he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Isabella now from his end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Two yards to go, second down. Back to throw. Dugan. Flushed out right. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. First down now, but the clock continues to move.
Now he'll try to run with this.
Powerful running. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And that one will go for 13 yards on the keeper and a first down.
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there and worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Throw left side complete to Isabella. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. The Raiders try to move quickly, try to get everybody back to the line. Back to the running game with Jacobs. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. On first down, Dugan. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Now they got to get to the line quickly. On second down, Jacobs. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
So not quite a first and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Looking to throw. Dugan. Caught on a slant. Touchdown. Michael Mayer in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Raiders have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half.
Carlson on for the PAT. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14.
4 seconds, all that remain here this first half as the kick gets away. Here's Jones to bring it out of the end zone. Now they can't bring him down. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
And the fair catch signaled for and taken, so they'll begin this third quarter from their 25-yard line.
Here we go. The Bengals drive about to get going.
Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Burrow going to get this out to Boyd on the perimeter.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
11 MT tape. 11 MT tape.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And this is incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Burrow will throw. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. The Bengals bring out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. That's taken on the 25. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. They run the option here on 1st and 10. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Look at this. Middle of the field. A breakaway. And this is taken into the end zone. A fumble recovery and a Cincinnati touchdown. So they were down by a touchdown. Probably just hoping the defense could hold them. Maybe force the punt. Instead, they force the turnover and take it into the house.
Well, the plan was perfect. That's exactly what they wanted. Instead, they got a lot more than that. Big-time capitalization by taking the ball away and putting it in the end zone.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And we are tied at 21. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Off play action. Dugan. And this is going to be incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Back to throw. Dugan. Short throw, and that's hauled in by Mayer. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. Now an option play, and he'll keep it. And he'll be out of bounds. A big-time gain there on the
keeper using his legs to hurt him. First down.
So this play, until recently, only something you'd probably expect to see in a college game, but running quarterbacks are certainly in vogue, and this turned into a big play.
And you and I both know that for a long time, coaches worried about their quarterbacks taking too much punishment, running plays like this, and they still worry about it. But when you can break up big chunks of yardage like that, it's worth the risk. Plus, you're coaching that quarterback to see those guys coming and get down before the big hit occurs.
Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. Here's a quick throw right side. Touchdown, Raiders. Andy Isabella, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Raiders have moved out in front. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
Oh, the return is Jones from the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
And boy, showing how tough he can be to bring down, just fighting his way forward to pick up 7 yards.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
They're passing here, Joe Burrow. That's going to be brought in by Higgins. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. Hey, you need a big play? Go to your big play guy.
Listen, that's football 101. When you have to have it, you expect that guy to step up. A lot of people call these receivers divas. Sometimes just leadership when they get in the huddle and say, get me the ball. I'm about to make a big play.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Inside handoff to Mixon. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
Here we go. 2nd down and 4.
Here we go. 11 Thomas.
Again, it's Mixon. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. Touchdown, Bengals! A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying this ball game here in the final moments of the 3rd quarter.
The tight end position has always been dangerous, especially in the red zone, short field. But now even more so because these tight ends aren't necessarily the tight ends of old. They're the rocked-up wide receivers who have a little bit more speed.
What a way to wrap up the week in the NFL. All tied on this Monday night as the kick is away.
Boy, a potential game changer there here in the 4th quarter to kick that out of bounds. And now they get great field position at the 40 in a tie ball game. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Escaping the pressure right. turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down. Got exactly what they wanted there out of the RPO and had the defense out of position.
One word for you there. Excellent. Because he read all the keys properly, made the right decision, and look at the result. Pretty substantial gain.
They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Looking deep for Adams. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play out.
Flush to his right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
From here on, any score could be the winning one, and he is certainly aware of that. Look at the way he locked in on that marker and made a mad scramble to get to it for the first down.
In motion left goes Cooks.
He's going to handle it on the touch pass.
And he's going to have a gain of 11 to the 11 before he's brought down. 1st and 10.
Well, that'll help the old passing stats. Remember, it was a pop pass, so it's not a wide receiver run there, Charles.
Well, I like the way that you scored it, and that's exactly how it goes into the books. But remember, he's had success throwing the ball the standard way in this game. And here, this little top pass, it goes for good yardage, a little something extra in his repertoire.
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs. His second touchdown of the game, his third on the year.
And the Raiders answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Here's Jones to bring it out of the end zone. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
Here we go, here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock.
11, 11, 11, 11.
Throwing now, Burrow on first down. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
On one, ready?
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
11, 11, 11.
Mixing up the middle. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Sometimes being a linebacker in the middle of the field is kind of like being a doctor on the field. You got to make the right diagnosis. Here he correctly sets his run and shoots through to make the play in the backfield.
From the gun on 3rd down is Burrow. And he is caught. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow.
Another one into the hands of Jamar Chase.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
Crossing route, and he hits his man. It's Jones.
So the completion gets him just a yard, and that's going to bring up second down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Here we go.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
12, 12, 12.
Now Burrow.
He'll drop this one down to Mixon.
And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. So the completion good for 6 yards. And now it's 3rd and 3.
Right there, he rose to the occasion late in a close game.
It's something he thought about, dreamed about, and worked on throughout his career. Because in these types of situations, he wasn't going to allow extra coverage to keep him from getting the football.
Here we go.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3.
Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Nate Hobbs. And the Raiders are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive.
Another important fourth-quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage.
And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
This is a rarity in the NFL, a 100-yard game on the ground for a quarterback. Even as those passers get more athletic and mobile, we only see about 5 of these a season. It takes a special set of circumstances for it to happen, and of course, a special player.
And they're able to bring him down at the 20. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back. Tell them to take care of the ball and try and move forward.
And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Once again, it's Jacobs. And same result. He's going to take this just to the line of scrimmage before running into a brick wall.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here to have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here.
To throw is Duggan. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Working with a lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10.
A handoff. Jacobs running to the left.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He gets it to Cooks.
And he's going to have a winner 1st down. And that should be the one that finishes the script here.
Well, a clear running situation, trying to take time off the clock. He ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they'd shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
The Raiders likely going to get out of this with a victory as they take a knee. And they'll indeed take a knee.
Well, CD, for the losing side, they had opportunities in this one, but big plays just didn't go their way, especially late, and they have to suffer the L here.
It certainly felt like that takeaway, once it happened, it knocked the wind out of their sails, and they just couldn't get their equilibrium back.
So for Las Vegas,
it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, they'll fall to 1-1, and they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Baltimore Ravens. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. From Cincinnati, good night, everybody.